It's Spooktober, which is my favorite time of the year, and you know what that means. That means we're doing some spooky songs today, so get your bodies ready. Number 1. The first song on the list today is Climbing Up the Walls by everyone's favorite band, Radiohead. If the song itself wasn't haunting enough, the ending is enough to send chills down the spines of even the most hardcore music fans. I believe the way they actually recorded this was just by having Tom scream through a guitar amp, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but yikes. The song is a slow and ominous build-up until the crescendo at the end. I love the production here, and I love how there's an empty snare. It really drives home this hollow feeling of the song until it really does crescendo. Number 2. Now, when I decided I was going to be doing a Spooktober edition of the top 5 songs for this month, I knew I had to include a Nirvana song because of the amount of creepiness that I heard on their album In Utero. And I know that I haven't heard all their albums all the way through yet, but of the ones I have heard, this definitely is the one that takes the cake. And I want you guys to leave down in the comments below your spooky picks for this month, because I'm just one guy. I haven't heard every song in existence, so I'd love to hear your recommendations for spooky songs that I can listen to get into the mood. Anyways, what's really disturbing to me about this song, and I was between this one and Radio Friendly Unit Shifter, was just the amount of accidental notes that are just thrown in there that just sound off. It sounds like something that could be played in a horror movie if you just changed the sound palette. I feel like it would fit perfectly into any horror score, but here we have it in a rock setting, and holy moly does it send chills down my spine every time I listen to it. Number 3. Now, I'm not going to go into the backstory of this song because it's probably so inappropriate for this channel that it would disturb some of you. I kind of have like a reputation for kind of being more of a family-friendly channel. I don't really want to discuss topics like this on the channel, but if you're interested in seeing how this song, and maybe this album too, was recorded, you're in for a spooky treat because it is disturbing. This 15-minute slodge through just every single negative emotion you can imagine, with creepy, ominous background noises, blood-curdling screams, ominous bass lines. The entire kitchen sink of creepiness is thrown into this song, but also the length itself is horrifying because you just see a 15-minute daunting song in front of you and you're like, how am I going to get to the end of this? I'll definitely never forget my first time listening to this, and if you guys haven't heard it and you want something that's going to scare you, well, this definitely will do the trick. Number 4.
You better run like the devil, cause they're never gonna leave you alone. You better hide up in the alley, cause they're never gonna find you a home.
On kind of a lighter note, surprisingly, we have My Chemical Romance. Now, this song has a kind of swing to it, and in the bridge, which is my favorite section, Gerard really lets loose on the vocals, and you get to hear him just go crazy. Sounds like he's getting possessed or something. And obviously, there are some obvious picks for this whole month that I would have gone to, like Mama by MCR would have been a kind of a more obvious pick for a Halloween sounding song, but I've already covered that on the channel. I kind of wanted to go to songs that maybe people knew a little bit less of than songs that are kind of more iconic, and House of Wolves I think is a great example of that. It's a song that probably less people know than Mama, but it's a song that definitely has just as much Halloween factor to it. With the singing, with the chord progression, and with the creepy intro too. There's actually like a sliding of the strings to build up this ominous sound palette again, which is obviously the theme of the week. Month. Dwee. And my final pick for Spooktober edition of Top 5 Songs of the Month is Now this kind of has like the sci-fi alien twist on the horror elements that we're looking into this month, but that is a totally valid choice. There's one of the live performances of this song where the band actually decided, or the people filming the band decided to actually zoom in onto a full moon because it fit the dark intro so effectively. And I think that that is kind of like the embodiment of everything Halloween, just needing to zoom into a full moon to really drive home the kind of unsettling vibes the song gives off, especially in the early moments and in the final moments. Those two take the same part, actually, if you think about it, has the same melodies, the same notes, played so drastically differently. In the intro, it's played beautifully on a piano, and in the outro, it's played extremely aggressively on guitars and bass with very crazy background sounds going on as well, almost like an abduction or something. The song has that space rock feel, but with a horror element thrown in. Now make sure you guys let me know your picks down below, because I definitely want to see your favorite spooky songs in the comments, and I'm going to check out a few of them, hopefully get spooked. And I hope you guys had a great time watching this video. Hope you have a great Halloween, and I'm going to be on a trip for the next week or so, so don't expect too many uploads or any uploads at all. But I hope you guys all have a fantastic Halloween and a fantastic week, and I'll see you on the flip side. Goodbye.